Josh, for folks that are not familiar with Utilidata, what are you up to?
Yeah, so we put AI in power infrastructure. So once upon a time, you thought of power infrastructure as a piece of hardware, and then it was a piece of hardware that had some compute and some sensing capabilities, and now you can put AI right in it.
Now, I know you through your relationship with NVIDIA, which has been going on for a number of years. Can you expand on what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So a few years ago, we partnered with NVIDIA to build Karmen, our custom system on module, which I have right here. And the whole point of Karmen was to be able to put AI directly in grid energy intelligent machines. And so today we're putting it on the grid. We're also putting it in data centers because the ability to drive more compute with better power infrastructure is incredibly valuable right now.
Well, I came across you with what you were doing with the smart meter side, putting Karmen in there to bring intelligence right out of the grid edge and inference and. What are you doing now in the data center?
Yeah, so almost the same thing. So originally we put Karmen at the edge of the distribution grid to get as much information as possible out of that system. Now we're putting it into the edge of the data center. So you can put right down to the rack level. You can put AI in the power infrastructure and put more compute in that existing rack. So without needing any more to build any other new data center, you can actually stuff more servers into the existing footprint with the right level of power intelligence.
Because you can measure
what correct.
You
load
can measure, balance, whatever.
You can measure, you can load balance, you can match the power information to the information that's happening in the server and put more AI workload jobs into a given footprint.
Now, we're here at ADIPEC and AI is kind of wall to wall. And I've been in the technology industry for about 30 years. I have never seen a technology take off so fast. And yet people turn around and go, you know, this is incredible, but show me the money, show me the ROI. In your world, how does that work?
Yeah, I think for us, the ROI is an incredibly simple calculation. How much compute are you driving from an existing rack? So if you have 3 servers today and you have 4 servers tomorrow, it's very easy to do that ROI calculation.
And ADIPEC, what brings you here?
Yeah. So one of our investors invited us, and so we were excited to come and just share what we're doing with Karmen on a global stage. You know, our inclination is there's no industry that's not going to stand to benefit from edge AI, and so especially critical infrastructure. And so it's exciting to be here to talk with folks about, you know, the value it could bring them.
So we're here on day 3. Any takeaways from the event?
Well, one, it's a massive event. And, you know, interesting, I think everyone's talking about AI, and the one takeaway I have is almost everyone has a different definition of what it means. And people are very curious about the value. People are curious about the effects AI infrastructure is going to have on the grid. How do we harmonize that? How do we optimize it? How do we plan for where AI is going? And the reality is, I don't think anyone knows. But what we do know is we have to prepare. And so the more flexible our systems that we build can be, the more valuable those systems will be, no matter what happens. But I think my takeaway is we're still in the very early days of AI, but they're exciting.
I think we're still scratching the surface.
Scratching the surface.
But I was here last year, and obviously AI was front and center. We had the AI zone. It's bigger and bolder this year. But it was all about the, I suppose in my world, the shiny new toy.
Yeah.
And agentic AI. And what I found fascinating this year is everyone's talking about autonomous operations.
Yes.
That's what we want. That's the business driver.
Yeah.
Now, AI and whatever flavor of it, and robotics and physical AI, they're enablers. But yes, it's a business driver as opposed to a technology push.
That's right. And I think, you know, the robots are incredibly exciting. The new LLMs and the agents that are coming out are incredibly exciting. But embedding AI in the physical infrastructure to drive more value, that is also going to be incredibly exciting. It's just under the surface a little bit.
Yeah, it's the building blocks, and yet, as people know me, the technology is the easy bit. It's getting the people to adapt and change.
Yeah, the technology is the easy bit, and especially a lot of these industries, there's a regulatory component, there's a business component, there's a heavy risk influence over the decision making. So, you know, it's not every industry is going to go from a full stop to a sprint. But you're going to be able to get there, and I think we're going to see this in these industries.
I think the momentum is definitely
The momentum is there, yeah.
Hey, good stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was great to meet you.